Good morning once again, and you're welcome back to the AM show. But of course, it's now time for our news segment, and I'm Noella Karaniali. And in our top stories, government and DSTV have reached a new deal to give Ghanaian subscribers between 33 to 50% more value on their packages after weeks of standoff. From October 1, customers will be automatically upgraded to higher bouquets at no extra cost with more channels and live sports. Communications Minister Sam George says the move will ease household costs while keeping DSTV commercially viable. And the ministry is also looking at dealing with smuggling of DSTV decoders from Nigeria. Kenneth Jesse was at the press conference and now reports.
To prevent sudden hikes in DSTV rates, the Ministry of Communications says it has instituted a quarterly review mechanism where every 3 months the committee will reconvene to assess the impact of the current adjustments, taking into account Ghana's economic stability, subscription patterns and consumer satisfaction.
MultiChoice Africa has committed to implement an unprecedented increased value offer only in Ghana, and I repeat, only in Ghana, which will result in Ghanaian DSTV subscribers getting more services for less. Depending on the DSTV package or bouquet you use, subscribers will get between 33% to 50% more value. The new arrangement, effective from 1st October 2025, are as follows. For those who are on the Paddy bouquet subscription, you currently pay 59 Ghana cedis. When you pay 59 Ghana cedis, you get upgraded automatically to Access, which is valued at 99 Ghana cedis, and you get 35 more channels. The committee will reconvene in 3 months to evaluate the impact of this initiative.
As part of the new agreement with Canal Plus, Sam George said Ghanaians seeking to join the DSTV service will now pay half the cost of acquiring a DSTV decoder and dish kit.
In addition, MultiChoice Africa will provide a 555 Ghana cedi subsidy for the Zappa decoder and dish kit. New customers will therefore be able to get the Zappa and dish kit at 50% of its current price. So yet another 50% discount for subscribers.
The government is moving to crush the booming black market in DSTV decoders smuggled from Nigeria, a practice that has over the years tempted Ghanaian households with cheaper subscriptions but drained the state of millions in lost taxes.
The committee considered the issue of cross-border piracy of DSTV decoders from Nigeria into Ghana, which has for years deprived the state of tax revenue. It's transferred jobs from Ghana to Nigeria, denied unsuspecting customers of good customer service, and is actively working towards the decline of the Ghanaian local content creation space. To address this, the committee has recommended the establishment of a working group to comprehensively tackle this issue of cross-border piracy.
Does the firm believe the new offer will ease the financial burden on households while keeping DSTV's operations commercially viable in the Ghanaian market?
Well, we took to the streets, and some of you have been sharing your views on the increased value offer.
New channel is okay for us, so the prices is too much for us.
I know they like ball, but sometimes I do watch some matches. So I wish to get DSTV for my room inside. But I see the way that they talk, they complain against the price and those stuff there, make my mind go far, far, far. So if they feel make the DSTV price come down, we already.
Even though if you want to increase the number of channels and they don't have the money to pay the fee for the subscription, it will still come back to the same problem. So I think the reduction will be more important than the increasing of the channels.
I think the price still needs to come down so that to make it easy access to everyone. A lot of people want to have access to it, but because of the price restrictions, they are not able to get access to that. So I think the price still needs to come down, regardless of the number of channels that are on it.
Some of the channels, the movies, they keep repeating the movies like till like we don't enjoy it. Like we don't enjoy it.
These days, a lot of people are busy. Like, I don't think you can even watch all the channels on your DSTV. And I'm speaking for myself. I haven't even watched. I just have like 3 favorite channels that I watch. So I don't think adding more channels to the already existing channels would actually make a deal for us. They should just work on the prices.
Away from the DSTV, let's turn our attention to the Ghana Water Limited, because the company is cracking down on customers engaging in illegal water connections and other offences, with over 100 customers summoned as part of a 6-week revenue mobilization exercise in the Greater Accra region. Now, this move aims to address the significant challenges of commercial water losses, which hit 52% in December 2024, alongside technical losses. But some customers blame the company's delays in providing meters, and James Aviji reports.
One major challenge that has confronted the utility service providers, especially the Ghana Water Company, has been losses, both technical and commercial. And that is the reason why the GWCL and the World Bank have put together stakeholders here in Accra in order to deliberate over the challenge and find some lasting solutions. The acting managing director of the Ghana Water Limited, Adam Mutawakilu, has revealed that as of December 2024, the company was doing about 52% losses in revenue.
Our non-revenue water was about 52% as at December 2024. So after a few months in office, I begin to understand how the system operates. And from July, I started implementing my policies. December 2024, it was 52%. Yes. That's non-revenue water. Non-revenue water.
In order to tackle the challenge, the MD has put together a revenue assurance team to hit the ground to look at what exactly the challenge has been.
Some people, there's an installed meter, but they have an alternative line to their premises, said that they will use water in their premises, but that volume of water will not pass through the meter. Other customers, other people, not even customers, they have illegally connected water to their premises and using it. They are not on our records, so then we do not have any way of billing them at all. Others can even go to the extent of damaging the meter that has been installed there, so that the meter cannot record the volume of water they use. What we are losing is huge. We have already gotten 4.4 million billion out of that.
4.4
million Ghana cedis.
The MD said the changes in the last few weeks has resulted in some revenue gains as well as a decrease in the percentage of losses as recorded in August 2025.
In August, we've seen an improvement in revenue by 20%. And August non-revenue water dropped to, non-revenue water dropped to 50. We expect that September we should see a further drop.
Now, one of the key stakeholders in all of this conversation is the customer, and an association is represented here as part of the conversation. That is the Water Users Association.
Yeah, the illegal connection that people are doing, to me, I know that because of the meter that people pass illegal way to sell for them. For me, I propose that the Ghana government should give them meter in the moderate way, so that everybody can be getting the meter anytime they need it, so that illegal connection will stop.
From the Labadi Beach Hotel here in Accra, I am James Savage for Joy News.
Now, Ghana is positioning itself at the forefront of digital transformation as government takes bold steps to embrace artificial intelligence. At the African Internet Summit 2025 right here in Accra, the Minister of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations announced that Ghana is preparing to roll out its first national AI framework. And there's more in this report.
At a time when artificial intelligence is reshaping economies across the world, Ghana says it is more than ready to own its first national AI system. Speaking at the African Internet Summit 2025 in Accra, Communications Minister Sam George revealed that a comprehensive national AI strategy has been completed and is awaiting cabinet approval.
Well, we've just finished work on the national AI strategy. It will be going to cabinet, and then after that we'll launch it. But I believe that with the kinds of minds that we have here in Accra and the expertise that we have in Accra, we're more than ready, not just to be consumers, but to actually be creators of AI solutions from the African continent. Because don't forget, a lot of the solutions out there now are not Afrocentric. And so there's a gap for you to be able to create African solutions that are AI-centered and AI-based. So yes, Ghana is ready for it.
Industry players say this is a defining moment for the country's digital space. Chairman of Ghana.com Limited, Ni Kweno, emphasized the importance of Ghana not only adopting but also owning artificial intelligence as a strategic national resource.
The difference is between us and the rest of the world. We are playing catch-up. That's why we say digital divide and so on and so forth. So I'm more interested in how I go with you, how we all go together. It's more of an interest for me. And I want to make sure that we are creating our own data, we are using our own methods to produce our own AI, or at least we have a niche of AI that is we who are supplying.
For government and stakeholders, the move is not just about technology, but about securing Ghana's place in the future of innovation and digital growth. For Joy News, Maxwell Aklobatos report, read to you.
Let's do politics now, because the chairman of the New Patriotic Party's Communication Directorate, Nana Akomia, has hailed Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia as a candidate with a clear and unmatched vision to drive Ghana's infrastructural development. Speaking in Cape Coast during the former Vice President's two-day tour of the Central Region, where he met with NPP regional and constituency executives as part of efforts to rally support for his flag-bearer bid, Nana Akomia argued that none of the other contenders possess the vision and leadership qualities that position Dr. Bawumia as the right choice to lead the party into the 2028 general elections.
Support for former Vice President and New Patriotic Party NPP flag-bearer aspirant Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is gaining momentum as his campaign team intensifies efforts to secure his victory as the party's flag-bearer. In Cape Coast, some members of the team held a strategic meeting with NPP regional and constituency executives, rallying back in to cement Dr. Bawumia's nomination as the flag-bearer of the NPP. At the meeting, the chairman of the NPP Communication Directorate, Nana Akomia, described Dr. Bawumia as the only aspirant with a clear vision for Ghana's future, insisting that none of the other contenders match his leadership qualities.
Even his vision for infrastructure, as was presented at UPSA, none of the other contestants has shown us that breadth of vision. If they have, let me know. But none of the contestants have shown us that breadth of vision that Bawumia has shown. And you even look at his character. In the NPP constitution, they say that the leader should be of good character. It's not for nothing, because the leader should be a role model. And when you look at character, Bawumia's character is the kind of character the party can sell to the rest of the country. You don't want a leader who gives you some support, the next day is broadcasting. And so even in terms of character, Bawumia has the kind of character that you can sell to the rest of the nation, and all those things. The delegates are totally sold on that message. I mean, some people will bring money. Somebody will bring 1,000 cedis, somebody will bring you 500 cedis. After 1 week, it's gone. It's the power that can bring you lasting benefits, and that's what he's telling the delegates.
Also present, former Transport Minister Kweko Ofori-Esiama called for a campaign devoid of insults, urging the media to resist becoming a platform for derogatory commentary.
Because I don't want after the problem, what do we need? We need unity. You can't insult somebody publicly, then later you want to pass back in the night to go and see him and go and plead. No, I don't think that it serves anybody good. So please, I'm telling you, if you are interview anybody and the person starts insulting, cut him off. It's not a good example. Don't let anybody know, say, you are giving your medium to people to come there to come and insult. Politics is not, if you read our constitution, it doesn't talk about political insult. It talks about ideas. It talks about contest. The contest doesn't mean that you should go and insult anybody. So please, I will plead with you. Don't allow anybody to use your medium to insult any aspirant, whether it be NPP or any. I detest insult in politics.
From Cape Coast, Abigail Lissel and Nkrumah reports for Joy News.
Let's turn our focus now to the education sector. And at Achimota, tradition is more than just a memory, it's a legacy. And for the 1986-year group of the Old Achimotan Association, their 40th anniversary was not just about looking back, but about building forward. Over the weekend, they launched and cut sword for a legacy project aimed at preserving the school's heritage with a particular focus on refurbishing the iconic Agri-Chapel. From clergy to diplomats and captains of industries, members of the year group converged from across the globe. Some joined in virtually in a celebration of pride, purpose, and the spirit of giving back. My colleague Maxwell Aklobotu has more on the following report.
It was a homecoming of joy and nostalgia as the 1986 year group of the Old Achimotan Association converged on campus to launch and cut sword for their 40th anniversary legacy project. The event attracted members from far and near, including past students of other schools, underlining the enduring bonds forged in secondary school. Speaking at the ceremony, patron of the 1986 year group, Archbishop Charles Gabriel Palmer Bako, who served as the Catholic chaplain at Achimota School between 1985 and 1992, commended the initiative. He believes such projects will inspire present-day students to embrace the culture of leaving behind lasting legacies.
My main aim of being here is maybe to encourage them, most of whom are now parents, to encourage the students here to also think of leaving a legacy one day. It is you, the person, who becomes a legacy. The brick, mortar, the cement and the rest is there, yes, but it is that which you hand over as a parent, as a Ghanaian citizen, as a world citizen. That is what goes on to make you.
Guest of honor, business magnate Dr. Oforisapon urged students to uphold discipline, stressing that while old students are investing to improve learning conditions, it is up to the current generation to make the most out of those opportunities.
All students to be hardworking, they should learn hard and then ensure that they take their studies seriously. They should be honest children and then disciplined, and then I think all that their heart desires would come to them. I also ask our children to be disciplined because this is an institution. We are here to be trained. So the best is for you to be disciplined.
Ghana's former ambassador to Belgium and permanent representative to the European Union, Harriet Sion-Boaten, herself a member of the 1986 year group, drew attention to the strain on the iconic Agri-Chapel. She noted that the refurbishment of the chapel is central to the group's legacy project.
This chapel was built in the 1950s, and right now the school population cannot take the numbers. The students, there's always an overflow, that we don't have the disabled ramp. There are lots of deficiencies. Right now, technology also feeds into whatever infrastructure that has been put up years ago. So what we have decided to do to take care of the growing numbers is to connect the Agri-Chapel to the old assembly hall with fiber optic cables.
The 1986 year group says beyond marking a milestone, their project is a testament to Achimota's long-standing tradition of nurturing leaders who give back to society. Maxwell Aklobotu's report read to you.
Now, a staggering $165 million. That's what the state spent on a 15-kilometer suburban railway meant to connect Kojokrom, Sekendi, and Takrady, and yet today it lies abandoned. Stations 1 buzzing with passengers and goods are now rusted and silent. The gleaming gates and metal seats have lost their shine, overtaken by weeds and cobwebs. There's more on the following report. Rusted dreams by the Fourth Estate.
Guys, so these are the trains brought by President Mahama. They've been here for the past 5 months. They haven't moved. Fully air-conditioned trains.
Ghana's dream of a working railway has remained stuck on the tracks.
Even the much celebrated launch of the Tema Mpakadan service was derailed literally when a brand new diesel multiple unit crashed into a truck which had been parked right on the tracks. Accra to Nsawam line not operational. Accra to Tema line in urgent need of modernization. Takrade to Takwa service suspended after derailment. Many others are still under construction. The managing director of the Ghana Railway Company, Dr. Michael Eje Anyete, admits the company is far from where it should be.
As I speak with you, Honorable, I know you may have heard for some time now, exactly 6 months, am I right? The railway worker has not received salary. And Honorable Minister, I am not going to blame this government. What we are seeing now is a cumulative effect. When I say cumulative effect, I know we will all understand. It didn't start from this government. But the good news is that there is hope.
But why has Ghana's railway story been on pause for so long? To find out, let's rewind.
Nananum, the reconstruction of this line, which forms an integral part of the Western Railway line, is therefore a signal of the beginning of a new era in rail transportation in Ghana.
Well, we'll bring you the full story in subsequent bulletins right here on the Joy News channel. Let's now do business. Top story in business, the business community is calling on government to ensure the successful completion of the fifth review under the IMF program, describing it as critical to stabilizing the city, restoring microeconomic confidence and attracting much-needed foreign direct investment. Speaking to Joy Business, President of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, that's the GNCCI, Stefan Mizan Abbas said businesses remain optimistic that progress under the IMF program will bring predictability to the economy, enhance export revenue, and create a more conducive environment for private sector growth.
Review gives confidence. It brings foreign direct investment into the economy. Our city strengthens, and therefore, for us in the business community, our investment are strengthened. Export revenues becomes high. So it is very important for us in the business community that this review turns out very successful. We've been to this IMF for the 17th time, and we are expecting that this time the indicators would also ensure that governance are strengthened so that we don't go back into this IMF again, which is very important for our economy.
And the World Bank is urging a comprehensive review of the Bank of Ghana's foreign exchange intervention program. This follows the bank's latest report revealing that nearly $4 billion was spent between November last year and May 2025 to stabilize the city. The World Bank becomes the second major institution after the IMF to raise concerns about the sustainability and impact of the central bank's intervention.
The World Bank in its report says the action by the regulator resulted in almost 60% appreciation of the Ghana cedi during that period. But the World Bank noted that even though this might be celebrated, there are concerns about the sustainability of this move. The World Bank was worried about the impact of this on Ghana's international reserves if the pressure on the cedi is sustained. In the medium term, the World Bank says an appreciation of the exchange rate could harm exports and boost imports, showing an accumulation of the foreign exchange reserves. But in the long-term effects, the bank says could include price distortions and could weaken local production, as well as tradable goods, reduce the country's competitiveness, and hinder ongoing structural reforms aimed at transforming the Ghanaian economy.
Well, that's it for the business bulletin. But of course, we'll check out how goods are being sold on the commodity market, and of course, how some foreign currencies are trading as well. And course, we'll bring you sports. I'm Noella Cariniali.